Let's think.
Oh, hasn't Darlie Land been a trip the last couple days? Things change so fast. People come and they go. Usually they go. So let's sip some of this wine. I found out something very interesting today that could change everything and show motive. And I fact checked it. And I've been talking about it. And it can be proven. It seems as if there was extra reason for Darlie's anger at Darren. It comes from a credible source who has already testified against her. Something she had been holding back because she had a fear of Darren. Darren Routier. Stories of him driving around and going to tell him at Brian Pardo's house with a gun, waving a gun around at Tess Sneak, waving a gun around, daring anybody to say anything bad about Darlie. Bajan's not the only one who's said that, Brian Pardo said he showed up at his house with a gun too. Darren climbed the fence and showed up at Brian Pardo's house with a gun. With no ill intention. Just weird. So the story goes, and I'm not going to keep it to myself. I got a message from Basha today that said, Bryan, I really need to tell you something that's been on my heart. I said, okay. So I said, whenever you're ready, let me know. And I've got it in writing. And she can validate it. I'm actually trying to get them to pursue this. And I'm actually considering, if this all works out, making a trip down there to get an exclusive interview. According to Baja Javel, Darren and Darlie and Baja's 16-year-old daughter were having threesomes. No! And that behind Darlie's back, Darren was still pursuing her daughter. That's one of the reasons why she backed off. And I said, how come you didn't say this years ago? Because she was scared of Darren. That's why she made the point at the interview that I did with her at the gravesite. She said Darren was waving his gun around telling everyone if you say anything bad about Darlie. He was focused on her because Basha knew all about it. That's one of the reasons why she pulled him out. That she pulled away from them, according to Basha. So I told Basha, I said, well, this is, if this is true, this is huge. Because this gives us a bit of motive. Outside the marriage affair is always a motive to lose control for the spousal revenge filicide. So I'm working with her and encouraging her to come out public with this. Giving her some numbers she could call, things like that. I haven't known Baja to tell me any lie. And she did tell me, Tammy didn't want anybody to know this. And I care, but I care more for Devin and Damon that are in the ground. And if this is a motive that can be proven, if this would have went to court, let's say they went to court with this and the whole thing about this threesome with a minor came out, and that's what I'm encouraging them to do. I think that they might try the T. Cole stuff. I don't know how she knew that because I just told Rich about it yesterday. So I don't know how she knew that. But that's cool. That's her job if she's investigating this case to look at stuff like that. It doesn't make any difference to me about a T. Cole violation or not. It really doesn't. I go on the content of what they said. I go on the content of what they said. Rachel Ray was not a chef. Sidney Poitier was a homeless man that lived in a bus shelter before he became an actor. I go on, and the courts will also go on the content of what they said. They would say, well, you're not qualified to say that. They'll look at what they were saying and how it lines up with the evidence. But, they want any reason they can to get her out of there, T. Cole. So what? So you're not qualified at all. You're giving your fucking opinion. But anyways, I am going to pursue this big time. If I have to rent a car and go back down there and get this, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I believe it. I don't have any reason not to. I don't. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, folks. And just a little more about Rich. A little bit more about Rich. He's taking his channel down, which is a good idea. Because people were about to start sending him shitty ass messages up under there, which they should. Not only did he betray this side, he betrayed the family who trusted him enough to have him come to outings, things like that. He told me he sat and talked to Dana, and he feels like Dana knows she did it. That's why she won't go see her. He said he took Sully to one of those outings and that she was so high that everybody knew she was high and that she wasn't watching her kids. That's the one where he said he met Dennis Stahl and he said that nobody was talking to him. And he said he was a creepy guy. I've got more. I could. Ooh, I don't like fucking child molesters, Brian. He creeped me out. I believe it. I believe every word. We even went on and talked. I've got about 4 more hours. So he was just dogging the shit out of you guys behind your backs, which he was doing the same thing to me. I would appreciate it if some verifiable, it's got to be verifiable. Don't send me some bullshit. What has been said about me and Pam and all that. So we gave to you. So we want to know what Rich has been saying about us. My email is bryanst@gmail.com, and don't send me anything that's fake. I'll figure it out. Just like I figured out those fake posts that those people said I made years ago. And there's a video that shows exactly how I figured it out. But what do you think? If this story is true, that means Darlie and Darren are child molesters. She was 16 years old. Child molesters. And that there was trouble in the marriage because of it. Stay the fuck tuned.